Sup Shredders, my name is Logan, aka Spiderhands, and welcome to an SBReacts, where today we have ourselves a track from an act named AlilXBaby, titled OK. And if we switch over to here, AlilXBaby, I hope I'm saying that right. We've got their track OK, we've got the YouTube video here, the music video for it, and we're going to listen through it from start till finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go, let's do it. What do we got?
It's so easy when I start to make it right. So easy when the girls on the vibe make clap. I lit us on a bitch, she's still looking crazy. How the money bitch, my boys gon' make the wavy. Oh, I do it, she plays the bow. A bitch knows how to lose but I'm foul. My bad is stabs, I'm a cold, many hoes. Go back to the bitch, ain't stop making noise. Oh God, I'm the right back, I'm a god. Take it easy, make sure I'm not flop. The cold way she said goodbye. I don't wanna beef, just look around. Glad I put these diamonds just a stare. She posts on the gram, they life is share. Bad bitch, you feel my tricks now. Girls in the store, yo, what about? Don't ask me about this.
I mean, it's so polished.
No bitch, I'm living on the top. Stay in their face, I don't care about the ops. My life like I move, but no cops. Hey, no time to waste at my place. I'm in it for living, my shit looks great. I got better when it's worried, but another way. Some raps, some beats with my tribe, it true. It's not my vibe, I'm itching, I don't stop. Watch out for the niggas, then I can't feel them out. I'm keep shooting stone, shit kiss my toes. When I play my music, just get ready for the show. I don't lie, I just left they store. Remember, I saw some girls in the store. I check at the play with my homies, they cheat all the funds. I fuck this bitch and make a babe, but it's still in free zone. She just want to fly to the zone. I give it a drink, she ain't sober. I'm still fast and I run, your hide my folder. Now you can't rest your head on my shoulder. My thoughts keep getting colder. When I chant the music, she's like in a rover. Living a dream, but the game is over. She wants. When I play, when I see me, on me, oh, when I see me. Okay, it's so easy when I start to make it right. So easy when the girls on the vibe make clap. I lit us on a bitch, she's still looking crazy. How the money bitch, my boys gon' make the wavy. Oh, I do it, she plays the bow. A bitch knows how to lose but I'm foul. My bad is stabs, I'm a cold, many hoes. Go back to the bitch, ain't stop making noise. Yeah.
There's just so much to absorb and take in. I love the video editing though. It's kind of interesting to see a music video shot at 60 FPS. You don't always get that. Usually it's like 24, 30 FPS.
Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I love the brightness of the colors in it as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
A well-balanced motif underneath. So I'm going to have a quick listen through this one again just to sort of get a bit of additional context, and we're going to talk about it more in the conclusion. And so welcome to the conclusion of my review of this track from an act named AlilXBaby, titled OK. So what do we think the track is about? I had a few listens through it because I wasn't entirely getting it. Like, I got some words, but I feel like I was missing a broader context. I think the track is about him as a rapper, as a person, and the woman that he interacts with, and maybe either getting them to sort of stay away from the other men, or the other men mistreating him, or like those women, and basically talking about how those women sort of like hang with him and what they do with each other, I guess. He talks about himself with his music and how they lose it and getting ready for the show. So I assume that the woman that he's talking about are kind of with him for the music as well as the lifestyle and everything like that. And I kind of dig that if that's the case. So I think that's kind of what I think the track is about in summary. Usually with these reviews, I give 2 to 3 things that I liked about a track, as well as any sort of applicable constructive critique. So I think one of the things I think is done well within this track is the vocal style here. I like the clarity of the vocals. While I didn't get all the words through clearly, I think the flow of it with the variation to the rhythm of it was kind of neat. It wasn't just the same kind of repetition of the way we structured those lines. We messed around with it and had a bit of fun. They had a nice sort of sense of melody there. The tuning on the vocal was a bit more sort of synthetic and electronic, and worked well with a lot of those synth layers, the kind of 80s kind of resonances stylistically within the backing, you know, like the bass and the drums and everything like that. And so I think you know, he was a clear lead in the piece, and he knew to sort of slow down and be a bit more melodic sometimes, to sort of sing some parts and step away from the rapped components. So he was therefore structuring his vocals in a way which made it more interesting across a 2-minute 30 track. And there's an innate catchiness to some of the parts he's singing there and how they harmonize with some of those extensions with the chord progressions and stuff, which is cool. So I think there's a great energy and charisma to that. I also think it's the beat underneath it, how it kind of thumps along with the quarter note accents, whilst also it just has a great sort of overall texture to it, with the way you've got those keys in the background playing those extended sort of like jazzy chords there, the bass sort of thumping about with a nice kind of squarish kind of pulse to it underneath there that kind of made its way in the mix but was sort of playful sounding. And there are pads as well in the mid to upper layers there to fill out the frequency spectrum in some of those lighter sections. But we had a mixture of different sort of variations of there being the drums and not being the drums, and it allowed some things to float a bit more effectively outside of the parts where there was a solid groove. So it was variation rhythmically there, which was good. I mean, there was still a chord note pulse underneath, but it was more sort of ghost notes than anything like that. And there was careful development to the synth layers on top, bomb, 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 around the sort of 50-second mark there, which was kind of cool. We were aware that even though we had a catchy backing and main sort of like instrumental part, we couldn't take for granted the attention of the listener. So we added more throughout, and that was cool. Even though we had a short form factor for the track, we didn't take the listener's attention for granted there, and there was no filler. I also think, just to close, it was the studio production. The way that at the start we had the radio being turned on to try and find the right channel, and there was a bit of filtering distortion there, kind of like you'd hear from an actual sort of radio system. So that was kind of a neat bit of imagery there that worked well with the overall audiovisual experience. It was cool to have the rises just kind of bring itself up there and help to segment parts of the track. The different bass, synth, drum, key, and vocal elements there were nicely niched within the frequency spectrum and the stereo field there, so nothing was arguing with each other. Things were neatly glued in a way where it sounded like there was dynamic range, but it also was nice. It wasn't squashed, you know, it wasn't sort of claustrophobic sounding, and it was nice and loud without pumping. For bonus points, I also just kind of want to mention just quickly that the chord progressions, the bass lines, etc., the instruments, alongside the color scheme of the music video was really cool. You know, if we go back here really quickly, I think we were trying to sort of illustrate a more carefree aesthetic of some of the synthy electronic music from the 80s pop and stuff like that, and bring that back to more contemporary sort of like rap and hip hop feel. And fusing those together kind of maybe provides a sort of overall quote-unquote vibe of it being a kind of a fun atmosphere being around them with the girls and everyone else he's with and everything like that. So I appreciate that. I think there's good attention to detail there. Exuberant, but it's also kind of cool, calm, and collected, you know. But in terms of constructive critique, there's nothing about this track I particularly feel would need to be changed. I think that it's a very effective first impression to their work, and I enjoy the work they put into the single, and I wish them all the best of luck in future, because effectively this is my review of a track from an act named AlilXBaby titled OK, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show them some love via their various social medias and YouTube page, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as need to help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I'll catch you in the next SP Reacts. Spiderhands out.